Um,
Dead silence. Okay,
well, I'm
so
thinking. So we're like part of this guild thing, right?
all right, so you guys are members of the Freelancers Association in Sharn. Let me bring up my story notes really quick. Who's who's sending me message was?
It's Mr. Secrecy.
Okay, gotcha. That's fine. I think you'll be okay in that regard. Um, you are members of the Freelancers Guild, working out of Cliff Top, in the Upper Dura in Sharn. The Upper Dura is the eastern and north edge of the city. Your agent is a hobgoblin woman named Marigold Thrawn. Now, I kind of know Kalen's background because I wrote it for him.
No, the background generator wrote it.
The background generator wrote your background.
Is this the domestic one or the outsourced one?
The domestic one.
Domestic.
Okay.
The monkeys are still working on the outsourced.
Whoa! Alright, I just have to say, given the context you said earlier about it being Indian children, that's racist as fuck.
Hey man, I didn't say that this time.
You said monkeys.
Because I thought that'd be less racist than saying Indian children.
Path Kalasith. So, alright. So, whatever got Tath Kalasith from Kabara across to Sharn.
Did you actually do that? Because I was gonna do something from Kabara into Sharn.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
he's a Yuan-Ti.
I was gonna do the same thing.
He's most likely from Kabara. Well, okay, so the path from Kabara to Sharn crosses through Valinar. You guys could have just wound up together.
I'm born and raised in Sharn.
Oh, okay. I
told you.
Thought you
Oh, I
said you were doing
didn't.
something. Whatever.
I told you my backstory, right?
You did, but I don't remember it.
All right.
All right.
I'm typing.
Oh, okay. Oh my god! I just pulled out a notebook and it's from Texas. It's like just pages and pages of fucking Charlie 54 Tango 236 M1101 33402, and just pages and pages and pages there.
My backstory is pretty simple.
Charlie must be a pretty interesting guy.
What was? Have you guys seen that Starbomb song? Oh, hang on. You just finished. Okay, gotcha. Oh, right. You're Steve Rogers. I forgot.
He's Stevie.
Okay. Where's my pen? There it is. Ah! Alright, so got Steve's backstory. But how do you guys know each other? I guess is it fine that you guys just work at in the same place?
Fine by me.
Yeah, I mean,
You're all co-workers? Alright, so do you want to be separate entities or do you guys want to have a charter?
I think that we're probably well enough acquainted to have a charter.
Because that was going to be the first thing that old Marigold was going to ask, is whether or not you guys if you have a charter, then it would have been that's fine. If you don't have a charter, then you would have been admonished for still not having a charter together. You guys can come up with that on your own, but having a formal charter and being a recognized, registered adventuring group is what will allow you access to more dangerous and more lucrative contracts.
Sweet.
So, the current date and time. Well, I don't care about the time right now, but the date is the 25th of Siphoros, year of the kingdom 998. It is a balmy late autumn. So, do you all know each other's characters, like actually, like metagame? Or would you like to introduce your characters to each other?
I know nobody knows mine.
So
I know.
Why don't we start with Steve, and then go to Kalen, and then Kalastha, and just give a brief synopsis.
All right. The name's Steve. I lived in Sharn my whole life. Been, just been trying to get places. Always on the up and up, working hard. Keep trying to get into the Defenders Guild, but for some reason they don't want me. So just got to keep trying. And Steve is like 5'7". A stick is a stick is a stick at 110 pounds. He's like really unimposing. That's just really it.
Okay. Well, I know that Keelan has been here for a little bit, and he's slowly working his way up. Don't know doing what. He wears the typical edgy, night person clothes.
So you got a miniskirt and pumps?
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, make no noise virtually, and the skirt, super flexible.
Definitely. Just like kicking jeans?
Just like kicking jeans. He carries around a double-bladed scimitar.
Oh, nice.
And then he has like a bunch of small little bags of goodies also.
Nice. Oh yeah. So you guys would know that Steve is like... Steve's kind of like... doesn't always do the right thing if it doesn't make sense to him. He's much more of a follow your gut, but he adheres to that. That's what he wants, like what he feels is right, much more than any law or what might be right in the situation.
Makes sense.
He's usually a pretty honest person.
I just looked at your deity. I forgot about that. Is that it for Kalen?
Yep.
Alright, now Kalast.
Yeah, so Tath Kalast is just your average lying, manipulating charlatan. He's lived a life mostly filled with crime, theft, impersonation, lots of bad stuff. But somewhere along the way, I got a lucky lady pregnant, and then I had to skedaddle, and so now I'm trying to make the world a better place for my child that doesn't know I exist. And,
all right, is this part of your charlatan shit too, or not?
Huh?
We'll never know the truth.
Also, I think hygiene's important. Hygiene's very important to me. That's about it.
How often do you shed?
Don't. That's personal. I use perfume, if that helps.
That's good.
He
Also
doesn't
really,
give people salmonella.
Correct.
Salmonella.
He's a fisherman.
Salmonella.
Yeah.
My rice paper sack.
Stop.
Alright, so we're gonna start. You guys have arrived at the guild hall to meet with your agent.
Yeah.
She welcomes you in, badgers you about getting your charter finished, and tells you that she has a recent, pretty easy contract for you guys. Shouldn't be a problem, and looks at Steve and says that it's right up his alley. And she hands you a sheet of paper with all the details on it. The Sharn Watch needs a team to basically sit and babysit a old elderly noble for a few days. The contract is for a week. The details, as they are that in one of the upper residential districts, in an area housing several very old noble manor houses that are from long before the last war. All of them kind of in decline. Their families have standing enough, but really it's just a place for old people to retire. There have recently been a number of disappearances and murders for over the course of a few months. A few weeks ago, they found and captured the murderer. He was apprehended in one of the noble's houses. He was brought away, put on trial, sentenced to death, and was on his way to be executed when the sky coach that was carrying him had a malfunction, collapsed and crashed into one of the lower towers. The guards transporting him were dead, and he was nowhere to be found. Through pressure from the nobles in the area, the city watch have been increasing the patrols, but they don't have enough to babysit each and every single person, and they figured that they would contract some freelance workers to kind of be a presence in the area. You guys, in particular, are going to be watching the house where the killer was found. The guard kind of wants a group there in case the killer comes back. So
Okay.
So what are your questions on the situation?
I nod and hand it to Kevin. Sounds good to me.
Sure.
Sounds good. And I'll take it in and just wrap it up and put it in one of my pouches.
What's the pay?
Oh, right. that's
Let me just look
important,
at
isn't it?
that. Let me just look at it again.
The pay is 300 gold pieces.
Ooh, says here the pay's 300 gold.
It's for a week of work. Air quotes work. Marigold continues for a few more details that you're not asking about, but it's fine. She tells you that the killer was nicknamed the Swan Street Slicer on account of all of this taking place in an area called Swan Street. And when they captured him, he was a crazed and mute halfling. You guys are going to be going to the estate of the Eardromdahl estate. You guys are going to be introducing yourselves. Put on a good face for the guild. Don't embarrass us, and just keep the household safe until the contract's up.
All right, we can do that.
And she says
I can
to,
change my
she
face
says,
to
she
whatever
says
you
to
like.
she says to take the letter that you have with the details to the House Civis to a House Civis notary, and have the city watch's contract amended with your names.
All right, I nod.
Yep.
All right, so there you go. Yeah.
All right, guys, let's
Yeah, let's go.
I'll lead him to the nearest notary.
All right. There are notaries all over the place, especially in the area you're in. Adventures are common here, and official documents are important. You going into the nearest notary. The smell of ink is heavy in the air as scribes in cubicles kind of like scurry away. A aged-looking gnome sitting at the counter greets you and leans over and asks, "So what can we do for you?"
We are here, and I'll produce the letter to have the City Watch's contract amended with our names.
He takes the paper from you and says, "Okay, let's just see some identification."
Alright, I pull mine out.
And I whip mine out.
You pull.
I
you
carefully retrieve my scroll case, and I open it, and I gently lift the paper out and hand it to him.
He puts on a pair of reading glasses as he aligns the paperwork in front of him. He looks over everything, matches the names on the contract with your identifications, and then steps away into there's like a line of file cabinets along one side of the wall, and he goes and starts looking through them, shuffling about, pulling out a document, bringing it over to the counter, and he picks up what looks like a fountain pen with a small pink crystal embedded in the back of it. And as he picks it up, a mark along the back of his hand starts to glow, and he starts inscribing your names onto the document.
I'd like to look carefully at this and study it.
Okay. Let's see. I guess it would just be a simple perception check. Although it'll be at disadvantage unless you don't hide the fact that you're trying to see this.
Sure, yeah, no, I'm not gonna hide it at all. I'm just
Okay,
blatant.
you're just like leaning over.
Yeah, I'm just gonna try and I'm just a dumb snake man. How do I roll a skill check? Do I
All right,
just
so
double-click?
open your character sheet, go to skills, and if you look down to perception, just double click the total.
Okay.
Okay, that works. So roll it again. Oh wait, no, you don't roll it again. If you want to switch to advantage or disadvantage, in the bottom left, you have the modifiers. There's ADV and DIS, as well as +2, -2, +5, -5. Clicking on those before you make a roll will add that effect.
Okay.
So if I click advantage, it'll roll 2 and drop the lowest. And
I see.
disadvantage is the opposite.
Thank you.
All right,
Yeah, I'm just gonna do it blatantly.
Yeah. All right, so 11. That's fine. You can make it out. As the charlatan you are aware of what it is. It is a leased dragon mark of House Civis.
Okay.
You have seen it. You know what it looks like. Let me see. Which feat did you take? Inspiring leader. Okay.
Yeah.
If you are going to try to Well, recreating that, well, that's beyond the pale. You've seen it. It's known to you. We'll move on.
Yep.
He finishes up what he's doing, and he takes it back and refiles everything, grabs all the papers and like kind of shuffles them about to like even them up, and hands them back to whichever one of you is at the counter. And he says, don't worry about the fee. The guild's already taken care of it.
Thank you.
Anyone else doing anything in here?
Nope, I'm just kind of awkwardly standing over by one of the walls, looking at something. If there's anything hanging on the wall, I'm just staring at it.
So there's like stuff all over the place. There's like various examples of different kinds of parchment, a schedule of fees for different services, translations, scribing, copying of documents, notaries, seals, etc. And then examples of them, like minor examples of them all over the place.
I'd like to heavily breathe in the scent of ink, and also stand there awkwardly.
Okay, a lot of awkward standing.
No, I'm just like standing. It's kind of like a lazy parade rest.
Gotcha. Like, I don't know what to do with my hands, so I'm just going to put them behind my back.
Yep.
When in doubt, salute it out.
Oh,
What?
God. No.
Yeah, no, make sure you lock your knees too.
Yes, lock your knees. All right, so you've got that all done. Are you guys? So let me know when you're ready to move on.
Hang on one sec. Okay, I'm good.
All right.
Steve, are you ready to go to the estate?
Oh yeah, we can go.
You just look a little busy.
No, not at all. Sorry.
Okay, well, we're all ready. Let's
All
head
right.
on out.
As you guys step out, a man kind of like gets off from leaning against the wall and approaches you. He walks up. He's a hooded elf man, greeting you with a smile. He holds his hand out. He says, "Ah, how's it going?"
I'll
Pretty
step
good.
forward, shake his hand.
He shakes it vigorously, and he says, "You three look like you've been around town. Any of you guys seen the lovely Vivian Knotts?"
What's that?
I keep
Oh,
walking.
she's a up-and-coming starlet of the Sharn Theater, she is. Shows are wonderful. You should keep a lookout on them. And if
What
you've
types
never
of
seen one, what's that?
What types of shows are these?
Oh, all sorts of shows. Singing, dancing, comedy. It's great. If you ever see one, be sure to let me know what you think. I stay over there. He points at a wall behind you guys, where there's a poster. And the poster is an advertisement for the Stars and Twilight in the Smoky Towers district of the Middle Memphis Plateau.
Okay, and what's your name?
Sorry.
It's okay.
He nods and says, "Ah, they call me Nolan the Dirge."
All right, I'm Cathcalas.
he nods, rolls right off the tongue. That does. He kind of tugs at the top of his hood, and nods and starts walking off.
All
And,
right.
as he passes by, he turns down a corner and disappears between the buildings.
Nice man.
Yeah, it was cool. That was a cool guy.
This show sounds really interesting. We should check it out maybe after the week.
I'm
We'll reward ourselves.
gonna take the time to disguise myself as a human real quick with my mask of many faces, just
Okay.
on the street.
Okay, that's fine. Before you said mask of many faces, I imagined you just like sat down in the middle of the street and pulled your stuff out.
No.
He just pulls out a mustache with some tape on it, slaps it on. Okay, we're ready to go.
Nope. Just gonna
Yes.
disguise myself as a slightly taller human man.
Yeah, he has like a bunch of like different Groucho Marx glasses. All right, so
All right.
so you have mask of many faced into a human. So your scales are hidden.
Yes. Alright, yeah, and then we'll catch up with Steve.
I'm gonna make myself shorter. I'm 5'4" now.
Okay.
Manlet.
No, not a manlet. I am appropriately sized for my height and weight.
But isn't that your height and weight I'm referring to?
Yeah, race is manlet.
Yeah, if manlet gives me a bonus to my hit points, I'll take it.
Oh,
What
yeah.
are the mechanical benefits of being a manlet?
Harder to hit.
Plus
yeah,
3
if I
AC.
I'm in.
Lower to the ground when you duck.
What was that one? There, you find a pair of boots of screening and spriting, but they're really garishly lime green and clash with everything you have.
Everything else has to be garishly lime green now.
Okay. So, are you stopping off anywhere? Are you getting any last minute supplies? Are you doing anything before heading off to the estates?
I would like to, nah, forget about it. I'm a little bit slow right now. A cart would be nice, but it's probably not the most appropriate time to grab one.
We haven't started yet, so it's the most appropriate time to do stuff like last minute shopping.
Yeah, I mean, you're right, but, Alright, let's catch up with Steve first, and then we'll pick up a cart.
Okay, you guys have caught up with Steve. He didn't bolt. He just kind of awkwardly walked away.
Yeah, that's true. But, alright, so yeah, I'd like to get, a draggy implement for carrying stuff.
Get 2 sticks and a net.
I mean, I don't care, whatever works. Oh, by the way, when we get back up to Steve, I'll lean in and I'll whisper in his ear. By the way, it's me, it's Cat Glass.
What? No way.
Yeah. See here, and then I'll take his hand and I'll put it above my actual head into my disguise.
That's weird.
Oh, because the illusion.
What's that?
Is it because of illusion?
Yeah, because it's this guy's self.
I'm trying to find where carts and wagons and stuff are located.
It might be vehicles.
Vehicles, most likely, yes. Ah, there we go.
I think
So
it's,
tack, harness, and drawn vehicles. So let's see. A cart's 15 gold. A sled is 20 gold. A wagon is 35 gold. I'm assuming you just want a hand cart.
Yeah, I
You
mean,
should get one big enough that we can ride in it. You can pull us.
yeah. What would be the benefit of a sled over a?
Ow.
A sled drags across the ground. I don't know. I don't know what the intent for that. I always assume that a sled is like a travelway.
We'll get a. You guys want a sled or a wagon?
I can walk.
Yeah, but for your stuff, and if you get tired.
I can walk.
Okay, what about you, Steve? You have a preference?
I think getting a cart would be better.
A cart?
Yeah.
Okay.
A carriage is 100 gold pieces.
Yeah, but I didn't say carriage.
No,
You could
I
just get-
just noticed it.
Oh, yeah.
We
Yeah,
could
but
just
it's
get
also
a carriage.
600 pounds.
How much would it be to get a carriage that draws itself?
Quite a bit.
Yeah, that'd be a lot. Yeah, we'll
What
just
if we
get
spend all our money getting a carriage and no horses?
I will, I'll get a cart. Yeah, find somewhere to buy a cart.
Alright. Carts are 15 gold pieces.
Yeah, I'll just gladly buy that. That's fine.
Alright. So you go. You guys are in the adventuring district. There's people selling equipment all over the place. You can easily get a cart, a simple hand cart. It can carry.
I want to barter, though.
Quite a bit. You want to barter? I'm not bartering with you for this. You roll. Let's see. Let me see. We'll go with a persuasion check. Before you roll, let me think of a DC. We'll We'll go with a 10% at 15.
Alright. That's fine. Alright, here we go. Hey,
Okay.
what up?
You seem to have persuaded the cartsmith to lower the price of his cart.
Thanks,
let's
buddy.
see. That's 10% of 15 gold. 15 copper.
Hmm?
What's 10% of 15? What's 10% of 150? 15? Yeah, 15. So, oh god, 14 gold. No, wait.
Can we just even it out?
13 gold. 13 gold. It's 13 gold. You lowered it by 2 gold. Yeah, we'll even it out.
Alright. And I'll shoot the cartsmith a wink. Tell him I'll be back sometime.
Why did I call him a cartsmith?
I don't know. I'm sticking with it now.
That's fine. Alright, so you've got a cart, and you start making your way towards the estates.
Alright, I'm just gonna just set my backpack on the cart.
That sounds fine.
Can I get in the cart?
I mean, that's up to... It will fit you, if that's what you're asking.
I am very small.
Yeah, you can get in the cart, that's fine. That's not gonna impose anything on me, right? Because it's just pushing a cart.
Pulling, I assume.
Is it a push cart or a pull cart?
I mean,
Well, it's
they
a
had-
drag
they had
cart.
either.
With wheels, though.
With the carrying capacity that they had listed, I assume it's a pull cart.
Okay.
Okay, arriving at the place where you're assigned, it's in a section kind of partitioned off. You have to pass through some fairly nice gates, kind of like a large gated community up in the upper areas of Sharn.
Wow.
The people that live here / lived here were obviously quite wealthy, enough so that the area of towers is kind of like flat, and individual manors have been built up around, and they've gone so far as to even like bring earth and dirt up to manufacture gardens. The roads, while old and in a bit of disrepair, at one time were all like fine cobble and flagstone. Ever bright lanterns, line the paths. It's well lit, and there's plant life all around. The occasional
Awesome.
fountain here and there. Some of the manors themselves are in more, or some are better off than others. Some look like they're lived in and well maintained. Others look like they're getting pretty run down. As you make your way through the area, following the directions in your contract, you arrive at the Eardrom Doll estate. Going to share a sheet. It is fairly large. It has a garden section. One second. Okay. The manor itself is clearly very old. The style doesn't match the rest of Sharn, and doesn't match any of the newer structures either. It seems like it's from a lost fashion. Pale olive panels, dark green and brown shingles, shutters the color of pine needles, makes the whole place look kind of swampy.
Awesome.
Chipped marble steps flanked by twin lion sculptures lead from the street to a columned porch that wraps around the front and side of the house. Above, numerous windows with closed, peeling shutters or tightly drawn heavy curtains give the house a decidedly abandoned look. Let's see. I'm gonna put you guys onto the map more so that I know where people are going to be. There we go. Alright, so let me look at the party sheet right quick. Oh, I didn't add Fast Claws to the party sheet. There we go. So Steve and Kaylin, as you're looking around, you both notice that in the on the second floor. Actually, no. Everybody notices that on the second floor there is a broken window. One of the windows is broken.
Was someone supposed to be living here, by the way, that we were supposed to protect?
Yeah.
Or was this on the way there?
No, this is the place you're supposed to be. There's somebody living here.
Okay, and the window's broken. That's not good.
Lady Araluna Dromdahl. Your Dromdahl.
Does it look like there's a path like up the side to the window, like someone could climb up?
Looking at the aging yellow shingles, or the siding rather, it doesn't look like, especially for you and your skills, it would be trivial for you to climb the walls of this place.
Okay.
There's no explicit path up and around. Like there's no like ladder or anything, and none of you notice any like ropes or signs of forced entry besides the fact that there's a broken window upstairs.
Are there scuff marks on the siding at all?
There are. The siding is very weathered, with peeling paint, but there's nothing that you can notice as like obvious wear that somebody had been climbing it.
Okay.
Can I go up and knock?
You
Yeah,
can
we should.
indeed go up and knock.
I do that.
All right.
I'll accompany you.
Going up to the leaf-strewn porch, there's an old rickety table. I almost said table. Old rickety table. Past the embossed the lions. As you step, the house itself creaks, and the floorboards beneath you creak as you take steps. You go up. There's a set of double doors with embossed with lions, and you give it a good knock.
Okay.
It doesn't take long after knocking when the door, you hear a solid clunk of a lock being undone, and the door creaking open, and a older halfling man with a wreath of white hair crowning his balding head, wearing a at one time fine but very old and threadbare brown suit, looks up at you.
Hey, same.
At you. What's that?
I'm wearing a similar suit.
Are you?
And I have
Yeah,
similar hair.
Yeah, you have similar hair. He looks up at you, and he says, "Yes, how can I help you?"
We're here to keep you from dying.
Yeah, what he said. Oh, and I'd like to undo my disguise.
He looks at the three of you, very confused, but doesn't say anything.
So, you mind if we come in?
No, we have the order, so he doesn't think we're lying.
Yeah, but, like I don't have it in my hand, so I'm just going to ask if we can come in. You want to show him the order? You show him the order.
Is there a master of the estate, or someone who owns the place?
he kind of like looks perturbed, like he doesn't really understand what's going on, and he says he kind of opens the door and says, "Come and wait," and kind of beckons you into the foyer.
Alrighty.
I immediately start wandering around
Wander around where?
in the house. Like I am scanning for threats.
So walking in, can I just whisper to Taff? And be like, it's not him, we're supposed to be protecting a woman.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
I wasn't really paying attention.
well, you probably should. It's kind of important.
Oh my god.
Okay, well. Alright.
Just don't let him know that.
Give me a second.
We need to look good for the guild.
You're right. And I'd like to disguise myself again to look more handsome.
Where'd that other guy go? He just ran right out the door.
Oh no, why did I do this?
Ass.
Ass,
gonna say
ass. Big mouth Billy Bass. Did you really make me smaller?
Bates.
No, that's not you.
Oh, okay, I'm glad.
I decided against the individual tokens for every NPC
That's good.
that I had been doing before. Let's see.
How else will we know when to steal their suits?
That's fair.
Let's
Oh, by the way, I'd like
see.
to re-remind the two of my my fellows here about the use of my horn. And if you hear a mysterious horn go off, it means you need to find me, like, right away. Or that something happened.
Huh. That was weird.
What?
Nothing.
God? Is that you speaking?
Okay. Oh shoot. Oh shit. There's another B.
Buller.
Butler starts with the B. H. There we go. All right. There we go. So, looking in. You like looking past the doors into the foyer where the halfling is walking back towards the building. You can see people, and you can hear murmuring and voices as the halfling steps in and starts walking into it. Looking ahead, you can see a banquet table. Looks like it might be made of mahogany, encircled by chairs. And sitting at this table are backs turned to you, what appear to be 3 humans. And then on the opposite end, facing you, is an elderly woman in a wheelchair with a small dog with luxurious fur sitting on her lap that she strokes absentmindedly, and a large mastiff sitting to her right. Sitting to her left is a younger woman, probably looks to be in her late 20s or early 30s, who kind of moves food around her plate while staring at the table.
Okay, I would like to make the note that I do not walk into this place.
Okay.
I'm going to turn to Snicky and Kaylin, and I'm going to say, you guys handle the talking. I'm going to walk around outside.
Okay, what you doing?
Looking for stuff.
Like
Don't
what?
get lost.
You
And
looking
I walk
for?
over here.
Okay.
Uh,
I'll do what Steve is doing. I'll deal with Steve after.
Okay, I don't want to split the party, because I already did
Okay,
it.
listen.
I'm just
You guys-
I
walking
can
guys
move
around.
it more if I need you.
Like even if you split the party, it's a single house. You're not that far away.
Also, I have a way to alert you.
Just like every Friday the 13th ever. What's that?
It's okay. I have a way to alert him as long as he's within 600 feet.
Yes, he unless he leaves the estate, he's not going to be 600 feet away.
Yeah.
Oh no, did I leave the stove on?
By the way, I'd like as we're walking through the area, I'd like to take a mental note of something. Does this garden look like it would be a sustainable habitat for snakes?
The garden looks like it hasn't been maintained in years. The plants that are alive are overgrown. Weeds are everywhere. Dead topiaries. It does not look maintained. So
So I
on the
might
one
be able to
hand,
find snakes there.
yes. On the other hand, you are also in the middle of Sharn, and you guys are like 800 feet above the ground.
Okay, I'll check later. Okay, so I guess we'll go in and wait in the foyer.
Alright, so Kalen and Tathkalas.
You're cutting the S's short.
In the foyer, as the halfling goes and addresses the old lady in the wheelchair. She kind of like listens, nods, and then looks past her guests and at the two of you standing in the doorway.
Okay, I'd like to if this is okay, I'd like to pull up my steel mirror and look at myself
Okay.
in the entryway while I'm waiting.
Okay, that's fine.
That's about it.
So Tathkalas
There you go.
gazes at himself lovingly in his mirror.
I will get the order paper ready.
Alright. The halfling returns to you guys and kind of bows his head and beckons in. And he says, the lady has invited you inside.
Okay. I'll put my mirror away and I guess we'll walk in.
Alright. So I'm going to put the halfling where he walks around the outside to the location where he stopped. And I will describe the dining room in further detail. Okay. So you've got the banquet table, you've got the high back chairs sitting around it. To the left there's a fireplace, and in a prominent position over the fireplace is a almost life-size painting of a raven-haired beauty sitting above it, wearing a glamorous jewel-studded white dress, who looks coyly over her shoulder. On the opposite side of the room is the same flight of steps as depicted in the painting. Let me actually unmask the steps. So there's a set of switchbacks. There's a switchback staircase there, and it's the same stairs that the painting was taken on. The table is set with each guest has a set of rolls in the middle, and it looks like they're all eating some kind of soup or stew. The older woman in the wheelchair, continuously petting her dog, regards the two of you and asks, welcome. What brings you to the estate?
Just to show her the thing.
I would first give a slight bow, not very deep, so like she thinks she's important, but just enough that it's like an acknowledgement. And then I'll pull up papers and be like, we have come on task from the guild to replace your current guard.
She eyes you quizzically. Replace the current guard?
It's not.
There's no guards here yet. You're the first to arrive.
Well, it looks like we're already doing better than the other guys.
She kind of chuckles and scoffs as the three in front of her also follow suit. But yes, the watch has been quite dismal recently. She beckons to empty seats around the table. Says, "Please join us. We're just in the middle of dinner."
Okay, where are these seats at?
They're around. Like there's one on the picture, but there's several of them.
Okay, is there one right here?
Sure. As you go up to go that direction, you hear the mastiff kind of lowers its ears, and you hear a low growl coming from it.
Oof.
Okay.
The dog in her lap kind of raises her ears and eyes you warily.
Oh man. Oh god. Okay. This might be a really bad idea.
What are you doing already? What the fuck? We just got here.
Yeah, but I don't like dogs.
Oh god.
Well, then you don't have to sit there.
I'm outside. I'm not
going
part
to
of
sit
this.
there. I'm going to sit there.
Where's Kaylin going?
Can I attempt to intimidate the dog
Oh my god.
by hissing at it? What's that?
I just, oh my god. He's like, so you're gonna hiss at the dog?
That's right. I'm going to attempt to intimidate it.
All right, let me write some notes really quick because there's something I have to track that I didn't
Okay.
set up it beforehand. Let me see.
And I'm just on watch outside, by the way.
Yeah, I'll get to you as soon as I get these two seated. All right. Oh god damn it! I fucked that up. Tath, Kaylin, Steve,
Steph.
Stev.
No, it's Steve.
It's
You know that-
Steve.
You know that lotion that's like St. Ives, right?
Oh,
I used to remember that as Stives. I never knew there was a dot after the
Stives.
ST when I was a kid. I was just like, yeah, it's Stives.
That's fantastic.
Every household has stives.
Okay. All right. So Kaylin and Tath Kalas sit themselves at the table. So Steve, as you're walking around the outside, the side of the building is roughly as I described it beforehand. Old and peeling paint on the siding, peeling windows or shutters. Every window that you see, including the broken one upstairs, is either shuttered or has heavy curtains drawn across it. Where is the garden? The garden itself, it looks like... oh, shit. I didn't put this down here.
Are we playing Betrayal at House on the Hill?
No.
Are you sure?
I am 100% certain you're not playing Betrayal at House on the Hill.
I'll definitely be
Okay.
the traitor if it is.
No, it's
Okay.
Steve.
What was I saying? I'm sorry, I have to read my notes really quick. Alright, so there's a dry fountain in the center. There's a dry fountain sitting there. The place looks like it hasn't been really taken care of in decades. Like there hasn't been a proper gardener in a long time. Dead plants, weeds, dead topiaries, trees. Being fall, most of their leaves are gone anyway. And sitting in the sitting where that pink square is a black cart, or not cart, like a carriage.
No, we can just check that one. I wonder if that one needs horses.
And oh, it does. And there is a horse.
Oh.
If we got enough snakes, it wouldn't need horses.
Or just one big
Actually,
snake.
I can. Oh god, I already put down a token for H for halfling. Let me see. We'll put this down as a 5. There's a horse that kind of like chews at the browning grass and like kicks its hooves around. It looks like it's older, but not mistreated. Is there anything else? Is there anything specifically you're looking at out here on the outer grounds?
Um, I'm more like I'll scan this wall, the wall north of me for any more breaks in the windows or anything.
Okay. And I'm not gonna have you. I'm pretty much not gonna have you roll for anything because your passive perception is fine. You do not see looking at each of the windows. They all look intact. There's a few that you can't tell because the shutters are closed.
Mm-hmm.
But you don't see any broken windows. You don't see any signs of forced entry into any of the doors. The weathering of the siding appears uniform.
Okay.
You do see a chimney on the north end, the upper end out there. Can you see that little square that's peeking out?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
a chimney.
Okay.
And in the center of the wall is a door you assume leads into the house, next to another shuttered window.
Okay.
Is that it?
Yeah, I'm just gonna stand here and keep watch.
Okay. All right. So back inside, as Tath and Kalen, I'm just gonna be calling you Tath. I'm sorry. As
fine.
Tath and Kalen take their seats, the lady introduces herself. She says, welcome. I am Lady Araluna Eardrumdal. She beckons out to the girl next to her and beside Kalen, and she says, "This is my daughter, Cecilia." She kind of nods her head without looking away from the table. She then looks across from her, and she points to, or she gestures towards towards G. And she introduces her, a female, a human woman. She says, "This is Nina Giesenholt. She's a good friend. She appears to be younger than her, but probably still in her 70s. And she smiles and nods. Lady Araluna gestures to the young 20-year-old or so man sitting next to Nina. And she says, "This is Ned, Nina's nephew." He kind of is stuffing his face with rolls and soup, and he kind of gestures with his hand as Nina kind of rolls her eyes and shakes her head. She then gestures to the man labeled J, and she introduces him. "And this is Jebediah Stewartsfield." He nods. She says to you, but seems to be looking at her daughter as she says it, "A very respectable gentleman, working well within the bank system." She then starts stroking the dog in her lap a little bit harder. "This is Sachi," and she turns to the Mastiff, "and that's Baron."
Yes.
Then they all look to you guys in anticipation.
Just not along.
What'd you
So
say?
what happened to the window upstairs?
Yes.
Okay, you're gonna go right into that.
I don't want to have dinner with them.
I agree. I will say that my name is Tath Kalash, though.
She kind of has a dismissive look on her face and says, "It's in a room that nobody uses, so I haven't bothered to have it fixed."
You should still have it fixed. It's a possible entry point for any would-be do-badders.
A phalanx.
I say
Assassins.
Oh god.
I'd still like to intimidate the dog, by the way.
Oh my god. Okay.
Just kick it under the table.
Okay.
Big dog?
You intimidate the little dog.
No, the big dog, the one that got a little uppity with me.
It has not stopped with its low growl. It's just like
Yeah,
a
I'd like
perpetual growling.
I'd like to hiss at it and try and intimidate it. Give it a little bit of a scare.
Okay, let me see. This would be probably no, let's see. We'll give it a... This is a very loyal dog. It's going to be hard to do. And
I just want to scare the hell out of
hard
it.
DC is 20. So go ahead. Oh,
Yep.
jeez.
Alright. Not even gonna try to hide it.
Alright, so the dog's body language changes slightly. Its hackles rise, but it very diligently maintains its position next to Lady Erdromdahl. It's during your hiss and shortly after the growling stopped, but it picks up again. It picks up again shortly. Lady Araluna eyes you with disdain. And
I'd like to smile at her.
it is very clear that she did not appreciate you growling at her dog or hissing at her dog.
I'd like to tell her that I am a dog trainer on the side. I'm not, of course, but
Yes. She says, "Well, you have interesting technique."
I hear that a lot.
Jebediah chuckles. She waits for a few more moments and then makes kind of an exasperated sigh and addresses the both of you. So would you two care to introduce yourselves? And what business you have with the estate?
You were told already, we're here to protect you.
Yes, that is very vague.
I'm gonna go pet the horse.
Okay.
Caitlin, would you show her the paperwork? Have her read it.
Thanks for saying my name.
Hmm?
I'll take the paperwork over to.
As you pull the paperwork out, Jebediah kind of clears his throat. Says, "Would you mind if I take a look at that?"
Yes, I would. And I'll go give it to Arlena.
It's for her.
Gonna go around the back. As you get up and give it to her, go to give it to her, she kind of says, "Oh no, please," and gestures towards Jebediah. Bleh.
Do you not read?
Jeb.
Jebidibidibidi.
Can you not read, lady?
Oh God,
Oh Lord, have mercy.
I am staying by this horse.
She glares angrily at you, and then snatches the paper out of Kaylin's hand and starts eyeing it.
I'd like to mutter under my breath, but loud enough for her to hear. Knew it.
Oh great, we're off to a fantastic start.
Oh man, I think he's worse than me when it comes to fucking gaslighting. Holy shit! Like I did it as a joke. He's just doing it intentionally. Oh,
This my character, dude.
Before she starts reading, can I, or as she's reading, I guess, can I insight Jebediah and just see if he wanted it because it's see how he's acting, if he's scared that she's seen it, I guess.
Okay, go ahead and roll your insight check. Actually, is the tower up?
mm-mm.
Let me turn on the tower.
Oh,
Does this horse look like it's well cared for?
Hang on. I'll get
Okay.
to you.
Yep.
I'd like to do something while
there
she's
you go,
reading.
on.
as well.
All right, go ahead and. Okay. Oh, that you don't need to do that. For
I was
hand
just
handling.
doing it just to make sure it worked.
Okay, so your insight check. The results of your insight check. when you said no and she and all this stuff happened. So okay, when you said no and brought it over and she insisted, Jebediah smiled and seemed clearly happy about that. And when Tath made his snide remark and caused Arlen to grab it, he didn't look upset. He didn't look upset or scared or angry. He kind of looked sort of disappointed. But you can't really get much else besides that.
Okay.
While she's reading, I'd like to do something, by the way.
His smile kind of faltered, and he quickly he prepped himself back up and put on a happy face. All right, what are you doing while she's reading?
I'd like to sleight of hand a little bit of food off of her plate while she's reading.
Okay.
Jesus Christ.
My character is like 10 times more pleasant when he's pretending to be someone else, but he's not right now.
Okay. There are 3 people watching, but I guess they are kind of distracted. So go ahead and make we'll say a DC 15.
All right. Dang.
All right. So you try to slyly reach over and take one of her rolls off of her plate, and as you do so, Sachi starts yipping very loudly. And as Sashi starts yipping, everyone's eyes turn towards first the dog and then you.
Okay.
And,
I'm just gonna start
Alright.
eating.
All right, Forte.
Yes.
I've solved the crime.
Yeah.
It was Tath. He
It
killed
was
it
Tath,
with
yeah.
the candlestick. Mark's joke. I stole it.
I'd like to just eat the roll, though.
Lady
Just
Arluna.
one bite, just.
Yeah, I'm just gonna put it in my mouth and hope no one notices.
Lady Arluna doesn't say anything. She just gives a sneer and goes back to reading. All right, back to the outside. Looking at this horse, looking this horse over, the horse seems like it's being cared for. Its coat is healthy enough. Its hooves are it's hooved. It has horseshoes on, rather. Everything looks all right. It's just a very old horse. It looks weathered and worn out.
Alright. Just gonna give it, just a good pat on the neck. Then I'm gonna go back to.
It kind of just makes some snorts and shakes its head a bit, but doesn't really seem bothered. It seems like it's very accustomed to being poked and prodded and ordered around.
Okay.
Was that all you're gonna look at?
I just wanted to make sure the horse was being taken care of. Then I'm gonna go back to my post up at the corner of the building.
Post it up on the corner.
Nope.
Okay.
Just gonna stay up over there. I'll probably be like here, like close to the railing, so I could like see over.
Okay. All right. So back on the inside, Lady Arluna finishes reading the letter, and is not too happy with Tath. And she says, and she rolls up the document and gives it back to Kaylin. And says, "Well, where's the third?"
I'll just remark that he's waiting outside.
He must have more manners than you. Very well. Everything seems to be in order. You guys can go about your business. Take up post.
Okay.
All right.
Let us know if you see anything strange, out of the ordinary, perhaps.
Aside from out of here.
She kind of turns back to her guests. Yes. Do not be sure you don't disturb anything as you go about your business.
Of course, we will be as gentle as possible.
She gives a glare towards Tath and says, And of course, I'd be an ungracious host if I were not to accommodate you. There's an open space in the garden. You guys can set up your tents.
Thank you for
I
your
don't have a tent.
generosity.
What?
I don't have a tent. I'd like to remark.
An unprepared adventure. She then kind of like waves her hand and stops paying attention to you, and starts going back to a conversation with the lady across from her as though you weren't there. As they talk about Ned's future and what he's going to be doing when he leaves the house.
Okay.
I will make my way outside to find stuff.
Which way are you going?
I'll walk around like this way and then out the door.
Okay. And what's Taff doing?
I shouldn't push my luck. I'll go outside as well.
I would consider your luck pushed already.
Sure.
Yeah,
Right.
just wait till you see what I do next.
I'm not going to see it because I'm intentionally looking the opposite direction.
Alright, so you guys meet up outside. I assume that the two of you relay information to Steve.
Yeah.
Okay.
What time of day is it?
It's evening. It's not dark. There's enough lighting in this area that it will never be truly dark. But the sun is setting and people are having dinner.
Okay. Just making sure it wasn't like the early dinners like old people have.
Oh, gotcha.
It's 3 o'clock dinner time.
Yeah. I'll ask. Hey, Steve, what did you see out here?
There's a horse over there. Some birds flew over, and there's a carriage.
I think they're going to make us sleep outside.
You didn't bring your tent?
Did you?
Of course I brought my tent.
I'll sleep in the carriage if I have to.
I'm gonna hang out in that room up there.
Hang out where?
The room with the broken window.
Oh, okay.
All right.
All right.
So where is this place in the garden she said that we could put our stuff at?
It's probably over there. And I point over to this big open area.
Gosh.
There's a lot of flat space in the garden area, as well as next to the carriage.
I'd like to reiterate and make it known to all that I will be sleeping in the carriage.
Okay.
I don't think the carriage is going to be staying here. She has guests.
That's a good point.
It's also really rude.
I don't care much for human manners.
Yeah, I can tell.
Well, did he do something stupid?
Oh, lots of stuff.
No.
Got mad at the dog. He told her she couldn't read.
Oh no.
She really hates him.
I was only making sure she was capable of reading the letter.
Yeah, I understand. You know, it's like my grandpapa used to say. Those who are unsociable, adventure.
Great.
What are the various things in the yard, by the way? Like, there's that stone thing up there.
Looks like a mermaid.
Yeah,
Or a seal.
It's a dry fountain.
Dry fountain. Okay.
The section surrounded by stones looks like it used to be a trellised vines, but The trellis is still there, but the vines are long dead.
Okay.
What do you guys think we should do? I personally think that Jebediah guy, he seems kind of weird.
I'm gonna stand here.
Okay.
How long?
I don't know. Until I need to sleep, and then one of you guys can stand here.
Why does one of us need to stand there?
Because we're supposed to keep watch. That's why we're here.
But
I'm watching.
I'm gonna keep a watch in the room.
I'd like to peek back through the door and just loudly ask if the bottom floor doors are locked at night. An obvious question.
As you go to open the door and peek through, the door has been locked behind you.
Okay, well that answers my question. Well, if they're locking the doors, I can just, secure that window, if that's what you're worried about.
That wouldn't be a bad idea. Did you ask them about it?
Broken window? She says it's been broken for a while. I was just gonna go hang out in there.
Yeah,
Okay. I mean, no, it makes sense. If they don't use the room, I don't know that. If it's been broken for a while, then,
I figured I would just secure the door.
Yeah. We're supposed to be out here.
Mm-hmm.
One of us should be kind of on the other side of the house, I think, so we can hear any, attempts at forced entry, and then we can resolve.
So I'll be in the house listening to what they're saying.
Or that. Okay.
You be out here and Taff be up there.
Sure.
where do you want me to be?
I'll point around the corner.
Ah,
I can't ping. So on
do
the
you mean
right,
on the left?
yeah, right upper.
Like up here?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll go over there. And what is that? Like a railing?
What? Oh, yeah. It's like a low fence.
Okay, I'll just lean up against the railing and keep my eyes open.
Okay. All right. So you guys are like Taff and Steve are posting on opposite ends of the house, keeping a watch on the outside, and Kaylin is climbing the wall and going into the broken window. Is that what I heard?
Yep.
Okay. Let's see. What is Kaylin's? Oh, +7 acrobatics. Yeah, you're fine. You can easily scale the wall, and make it in without trouble.
Sweet.
Here's the question though. Are you trying to be sneaky?
Yes.
Okay.
How broken is the window?
It is like
A rock through it, or like gone?
it may have been a rock, but it's old glass, and so there's like fragments in the upper corners and some along the bottom, but most of the glass is gone.
All right, so there's only 2 or 3 like break lines,
Yeah, pretty
but
much.
they all fell apart. Okay.
Like a corner in the top right, and then like a section on the bottom. Yeah.
All right, so it would be easy for a small to medium-sized creature to fit through that hole.
Yeah.
Or possible. Okay.
It would be very possible, yes.
Okay.
You can't see into the room because even though the window is broken, the curtains are obscuring the view. Okay, so I'm going to share the upper level map. Kalen, and then put him through the broken window.
Oh, sweet. Those lizards are gonna be sleeping on the ground.
I got a chair right here. I don't know what you're talking about.
Those lizards are gonna be sleeping in chairs.
I don't care. Oh, I'd like to go and just walk around in the grass and stuff, see if I can find any snakes.
Okay.
Just passively, you know.
Let me cover what Kalen's doing, and then we'll take a look at that. So the room, it looks like a long disused bedroom of some sort. The broken window is there. The room is kind of damp from the air, but aside from a few leaves that have blown aside from a few leaves that have been blown in, you don't see much. The glass, the fragments of glass from the window have been cleaned up.
Is there like dust on stuff?
Yes, there is dust on stuff.
I guess those look like someone's been in the room for a while.
Yeah, it looks like nobody's been using nobody's used the room in quite a while.
Okay.
There is a bed with it's made. It has nice linens. It's a nice bed. It looks like this might have been a guest room at some point. There is a wardrobe, a nightstand, and a wardrobe, like a small wardrobe next to the bed, and the writing desk to your character's right, left, whatever.
Does it look like the door opens inward or outward?
It looks like it opens outward.
Crap. Does it have a lock on it?
It does have a lock on it, yes.
Okay, can I just go make sure it's locked?
Yes. Going over and seeing if you can open the door is locked.
Guess I'll go through the stuff in the room, see what I can find.
Okay. What is your passive perception? See if
15.
You have to roll this or not. Yeah, you don't have to roll this. So looking through the room, under the bed, between the mattresses, in the wardrobe, in the nightstand, etc., 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 you find a few old towels and a few knickknacks here and there. While looking through, I'm sorry. While looking around under the bed, there's you find a weathered leather scrapbook, and opening it up, how to describe this? Opening it up, it's a journal with dated entries, all from the perspective of a proud father reminiscing about the accomplishments of their daughter. About taking first steps and getting marks in school and learning how to speak, and like all of the key moments of the accomplishments of a young girl.
Does it have her name on them anywhere?
Yeah, it is very clearly a scrapbook highlighting the accomplishments of Cecilia.
Okay. Let's put that back.
Cecilia, you're breaking my heart.
Well, I'll take a towel, and if I guess there's nothing else interesting, I'll go ahead and head back down.
Just take a towel. Why
You
not?
never know when you need it.
Be a cool fruit who knows where a towel is. All right. So Kalen grabs a towel and heads back down.
Yep.
All right. Wander around the garden looking for snakes.
You want perception on that, or?
No. So walk around the garden.
Hmm?
Actually, yeah. Roll perception because yours is
I'll just
actually
take a
quite
20
low.
on it.
Oh, you'll just take 20. That's fine.
Yeah,
So
I'll
you're
take
just
20.
wandering around the garden, looking around. You find a surprising lack of any kind of animal. Like there's no bugs, there's no mice, there's no snakes, there's no lizards, there's no frogs, and as you walk the outer perimeter of the garden, you get like a slight tingling sensation, but you can't. You're unsure certain what that is.
Okay.
It's not unpleasant. It's not harmful. It's just kind of like a buzzing, like kind of a static.
Like a ward.
Could I investigate that further?
Yeah, you can. It would be
Forte?
an Arcana check. Yeah, what's up?
I'm just kind of like thinking about it. All of the notes that Merson wrote are gone.
Why?
I don't have access to them.
Oh, we're in a different campaign.
I know. That's what I'm like. They're just gone now. Because
Oh.
I used to open my notes section. They used to have 40-something notes. Now I have one.
Do you want me to copy and
No,
like?
I
get
don't
them
care
around?
enough.
Okay.
It's a really good documentation of the story from Merson's perspective, but it's only from his perspective.
Yeah.
So I'm doing the same thing for Steve.
Okay.
Could I just take my time here? Because I'm just waiting anyways and take a 20 on that one too. I'm just pretty much idle anyways.
This is more of like a knowledge check, and you can't think harder to figure something out you don't know.
Okay. So we just roll it?
So you can take 10, but you can't take 20.
Okay, well my take 10 is shit, so I'll just roll it.
Watch you roll less than 10.
He did.
Oh,
Wow.
Oh! God damn, okay.
Okay. You can and it's over 20. Not that it. Never mind.
Yeah, it's not.
You're able to piece together the enchantment that's around the place. There is a low level enchantment around the whole place that seems to be designed to keep vermin out.
Oh, okay.
I'm surprised to let me in then.
From your time in Sharn, it is not an uncommon ward, but it's mostly around the more affluent areas.
Okay. In that case, is there more foliage outside of what I presume to be the perimeter of this ward?
Outside of the perimeter, this garden, this ground is like an artificial. It's like artifice. Like they built this up to make it seem like a manor and like a pastoral setting. Outside of the perimeter is city.
There's just no. Okay.
Like outside of this area of Sharn is towers and glass and steel.
Okay. Gotcha. I'll just return to my post then.
In fact, walking around the outside and examining it, you can see that the Eerdromdal estate kind of sits in a location where maybe 10 or 15 feet away from the manor itself is the outer perimeter of the community, and there are windows all around, but their view is basically towers.
I see.
The front and the side where the entrance is and the dining room would be able to look out of is a fairly nice view, but the other views are mostly just high wall and city.
I see. Makes sense.
Oh, that's what you meant. Okay. I gotcha. Stop right there, criminal scum.
I haven't done anything in at least 6 weeks. Alright.
Alright, so what are you guys doing now?
Just
I am keeping watch. I am being diligent in my responsibility.
Yes, you are.
I'll hang out over on the side and keep an eye out.
All right, I will. I'll just take the time to passively disguise myself as I stand here and look around. I guess
What are you disguising yourself as?
just a slightly different, like Yanti.
Just slightly different. Okay. So, time passes. The air grows colder, and after 30-ish, 45 minutes or so, you can hear movement inside as the front door opens, and Cecilia.
As the front door opens, can I jump over the railing and onto the other side?
Yeah.
Just
Like
don't want
that?
to. No, like on the side that's not on the map. Just so they don't see me when they come out. Yeah.
It's like, yeah. Gina, Ned, Jebediah. They are escorted out by the halfling and Cecilia. You guys are close enough to hear. They're not trying to be quiet about it. Jebediah and Nina.
Also,
What?
I can read lips.
Oh yes. Jebediah and Nina thank them for having them over. Cecilia, with eyes cast downward, kind of gives a mumbled response.
What did I see? What did I see or say?
It's like like pleasantries. No, it's
That party was lit. Got so turned.
As Gina takes Ned and they start walking down the path, Jebediah grabs Cecilia's hand and also thanks them for inviting them over, and very, very overtly and in a way that can clearly make Cecilia uncomfortable, like kisses her hand and makes a big flourish and starts walking away as well.
I visibly cringe.
Yes, as they walk down the steps, a different coach comes up, and they greet the driver and get in and are carried away.
Ah, shit.
Looks like I can sleep in there after all.
Cecilia stands out, watching them leave, and looks around. Looks to the. Let's see. She's facing south, so she looks to the right, doesn't see anything. Looks to the left, makes eye contact with Steve. Brings her face stares straight at the floor and walks back inside. And the halfling kind of turns in like a comical fashion left and right, and then follows behind, closing the door.
Okay.
I'd like to get extremely close to the. Is this the window right here?
Yes.
I'd like to get extremely close to the window and stare through it.
All right. You get extremely close to the window and stare through it. You see a burgundy crushed velvet curtain drapes, blocking your view.
All right. Gotcha. I'll go back to what I was doing.
You're and again, from your walk around and observation of the place, every door appears to be locked, and every window appears to be either shuttered or curtained.
Okay.
Okay, so I have nothing for you immediately. What are you doing right now?
Just staying watching.
Just staying and watching.
I'm gonna head back over to Stev.
Okay.
It's not my name.
I'm gonna go up to the room for 4 hours while I rest. If Fortita does just getting rest for the night work the same?
Wait, oh yeah, like in terms of like needing to sleep, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, okay, so as an elf, you don't need to sleep.
Yeah, I see 4 hours of
Trance,
relaxation.
yeah. Trance is more of a, hey, my muscles are tired, gotta clear my head, etc., etc., etc. But you don't have the actual need to sleep.
Yeah. Just wondering if that's still. If we could still sleep the same.
Yep.
Okay,
No,
well, I'm gonna
you
head.
can stay up for a week. What are you talking about?
I can.
A week takes one sleep, or a sleep takes 1 week. Anyway, I'm gonna head upstairs.
Okay.
There's a bed.
Okay.
I'll be back down in 4 hours.
Okay.
Call me if you need anything, Steve.
I nod.
Alright, so Kaylin goes back upstairs.
And I go back to my, I don't know what to do with my hands. So I,
just standing there. And what is Taff doing?
Well, I'll walk over to Steve, and I'll well, one of us should be awake. Well, how many of us should be awake during night, do you think?
I can't see in the dark.
Okay, so probably he's an elf? Is he an elf? Do I know that?
Yeah, you know that.
Okay, yeah, so the elf and I should be awake during the night, right? And
Yeah,
you,
that makes sense to me.
and then the elf
Why don't you,
and I should be awake all shifts, so why don't I just go to sleep for now?
Okay. Please don't sleep in the carriage.
Where do you want me to sleep then? Can I borrow your tent?
Or on my bedroll and sleep behind me if you'd like.
Alright, I'll do that. And,
You shouldn't need to put up a tent.
alright.
Or if you want some privacy, and you might be able to, go over there behind that statue.
Nah, it's just fine right here. I'll just sleep on the old balcony.
No, you sleep down there. I need to be
sleep
able
right
to walk around. I don't want to, accidentally step on you while I'm making
I'll
my
sleep
rounds.
right here. You can walk around me.
I don't know. I'm gonna kick you. You see the problem here? And I pantomime like walking back and forth. I don't want to disturb you while you're sleeping.
Also, the floorboards creak noisily with each step.
Alright, I'll hand you my, my horn of silent alarm. And, tell you to just blow it and alert whoever you want. It doesn't require attunement, so.
Okay.
And then, it will make no noise except for the person you want it to make noise to, so.
Okay.
And then I'll, I'll go over here with the bedroll, take a nap, go to sleep.
Okay.
So you seriously not bringing some bedroll?
No, I didn't.
Went out and got a cart, but doesn't have any adventuring supplies.
Well, of course not.
It's fine. Okay, so
Okay.
it's
Why
been
would I?
it's been a little over an hour and a half. We're gonna take a quick break right now. Go to the
Okay.
bathroom, get drinks, etc.
Yeah. I'm just gonna have my backpack set down over here by this table.
I'm gonna go say goodnight to my dog. I'll still be up here in 10 minutes.
All right, I'll be right back.
I'll be right back as well.
Bye.
So you thought it was going to be turned into Betrayal at House on the Hill.
It kind of felt like it.
It's the Ear Spencer estate. To unlock the basement door, you need to find the Wolf Crest. And I hope one of you knows how to play the piano, because you got to play Moonlight Sonata to unlock the secret entrance to get the King's Crest.
Well, it's a good thing I'm a commoner.
You need to get the sword key.
Literally just a commoner. With a magic item.
What's that?
I am literally just a commoner with a magic item.
Hey, that's fine. You got gumption.
Yep, I'm diligent. Got gumption. I know how to talk to nobles. And that is, you don't talk to them.
Yeah, the party has not ingratiated themselves well.
I mean, those two haven't. I got points for being outside and doing my job.
Yes. Oh my god. I just looked to see who is in the stream chat, and there is one person who seems to always come to my streams. He's a good dude. But then like I think there's 3 bots. Electric Skateboard is not there.
Oh no, they got banned.
I lost Electric Skateboard.
We're down to an average of 4 viewers instead of 5.
No, actually, before these 3, it was always just the 1 or 0. I think these other 3 are bots. One is called Positivity Bot, one is called Commander Root, and one is called Bananen. I don't know. Mark said that he was saying goodnight to his dogs. His dog.
Or, just single. Yeah. He's got enough attitude to be like 3 dogs though, so.
Nice. Yeah, okay. I'm actually keeping notes of like timestamps for this one, so I'll be able to like put links in my video so I can just skip these breaks. Last time, like before, anytime I wanted to like review the tapes, I had to sit there and kind of like just guess where the breaks ended. Or when long sidebars happened. It was very difficult to review, to put it nicely. What does the map say? Like what does it call itself on your screen?
Unidentified map/image. Is Mark still AFK?
Awesome. Yes, he is.
Alright, I'm gonna keep eating then.
This new like identification system is like Interesting. I kind of like it. Have you played with it at all?
For what?
So Fantasy Grounds is identify system.
I haven't touched it.
So from the DM's perspective, like all of the images and maps will have the name of it, and then there's like okay, so like look at the map. I identify the map, and it should have changed. Like the name of it.
Adventure site?
What?
Which one?
I'm back.
Like look at the map, and it should say. So
Dromdall Manor Ground 4? Yeah, I see it now.
Okay. And so like all of the NPCs and the maps and the items, they all have like this ID tag, and you can give it two names. Like some like NPCs, you can have a kobold that's a named kobold, but when it's in the combat tracker, it'll just say kobold until you identify it, and then it'll say what its name is. Welcome back, Mark.
Thanks. My pop-up has been told good night, so he can sleep peacefully.
Okay.
Because that is required from me. He's the man of the house.
Wow. So now we're waiting on Cody to get back.
Cody.
He bit my hand a bunch.
Cody did?
No. I don't. I mean, yeah, but no. I went in to my sister's room, and he, like, perked up a bunch and picked up a toy. And he's such a little asshole. Like, when you get close to him and he has a toy, he'll drop it. But he, like, hovers right above it for the second you grab it, so he can grab it and play tug-of-war with you. Except this time he missed the toy and got my hand.
Ah.
And he's
Got
trained.
enough sass to be 3 dogs.
He's trained so that when he bites, like if he's play biting, he does it super gentle. But if it's a toy, it's just fair game to him, I guess.
So he just bit you and tugged?
Yeah. It hurt really bad.
Okay, we all back?
So only I hissed at him.
So you hissed at him? Alright, so 14840. Alright, so we're back. That was almost exactly 10 minutes. Great. The guests have left. The house is locked back up. 2 of you are outside. 1 of you is snuck through the window. What's the plan for the night?
Well, I'm gonna just sleep until nightfall. Take a short rest or whatever.
An air quotes short rest.
8 hours, right?
You're oh god. So you're just gonna sleep through the night?
No, it's like what, 3 p.m.?
No, it's like it's not. No,
The
it's
sun's
not.
going down.
It's not old man dinner. It was dinner. It was like
It's
like
young
5 or
hip
6
dinner.
p.m.
Oh,
And
well, I
so
was
it's
just
With a couple
so
ecstasy.
so it's now we'll say it's like 7 p.m. now. It's like 1900.
okay, then I'll just take a nap till it's nighttime, till it's
Okay.
nightfall.
Okay. The sun goes down. The noise of the city quiets in the distance. The flickering light of the ever bright lanterns casts pools of light around the city. Here within the within the Dromdall estate and its hedge walls, the grounds become dark.
Well, I'll get up and go get my horn from Steve.
During the interim time, as Kalen is sitting there doing his trance, Kalen, you hear. Let me see. Yeah, Steve and Tath wouldn't hear this from outside and the distance. Kaylin, you can hear somewhere in the house and in the distance a creaking and clattering of metal, as though something metal were being moved around. This, along with a couple dog barks, like Baron baying at something. It only.
Would I hear the barking from outside?
Yeah, you might hear some of the barking, but it's not like a startled bark or an angry bark. It's just kind of like something's happening and there's excitement. There's some of this metallic movement, and you also hear footsteps. Sounds like it's coming upstairs on the other side of the wall from where the bed is, and then footsteps down a hallway, and then a door opening and closing to the left of the room.
I'm gonna poke my head out the window.
Okay.
Steve,
What's up?
there's some noise. I'm gonna go check him out.
All right.
Eyes peeled.
Yeah. I don't shed like he does.
Okay, I'm gonna go
Put
look
up
around the
tissue.
house now.
Okay.
And I'll go try to pick the lock on the door.
All right. You've got thieves' tools. It was a. Go ahead and do your. Well, let me see. Is this? We haven't actually had a thief in like any of our things, have we?
Nope.
I have it in my skills.
Yeah, it'll just be a thieves' tool check.
Yeah. It's pretty much dex plus proficiency.
Yep. Because you're proficient.
Yeah.
All right, you take some time to work at the lock. It's not super advanced. It's pretty common, like an old skeleton key. You get it unlatched with a soft click, and the door is now unlocked.
Okay, well, I'll slowly open it and just peek through the hallway.
All right, peeking through the hallway, peering around, you see a small hallway with steps, switchback steps leading back down into the dining room. There's a door directly to the left of the door that you're in for the room that you're in. A door on the left wall, and a door across the hall. From the door across the from the room across the hall, you can hear it's fainter now, but the metal grating. It's like really quick, just a little bit of shuffling around, and then a woman's voice and the sound of a large dog shuffling about.
Am I able to tell whose voice it is based on dinner?
It's most likely Lady Araluna.
Okay, I'm not sure if it was the mom or the daughter. And that was from the farthest door.
That was from the door across the hall.
Okay.
And so that you guys aren't completely absent, I'm going to share the map.
Ooh, I don't know. Do I keep going? I'm gonna put my ear to the door to the left
Okay.
and see if I can hear anything.
That one? Or that
Yeah.
one?
That one. Yeah.
Okay, so the one on the left wall.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, let me see. Alright, make a perception check or take 10, either way.
I mean, take 10 is just your passive.
Yeah, I know, but... Or he can roll.
That's true.
I like rolling. Hey.
Hey, +1. Alright, so you put your ear up against the door and listen intently. You can hear faintly soft shuffling as though someone were moving inside. You hear slight you hear movement around, and you hear sounds of like things being placed on objects, like, and then you hear the sound of a seat, like a chair being pulled across the floor, and then like someone sitting down and then pushing the chair like back under a table or a desk.
Okay. I'm gonna go back into my room and close the door. And then kind of went in like, Steve,
Yeah, what's up?
I heard some like metallic movement, like someone was dragging something. I think it's the ladies' room. Should I pursue it further? I need some other thoughts on this.
Hey, come get the horn. That way you can call for help.
Oh, okay.
I'm holding it up. I'm not going to throw it to you in case it breaks.
Yeah, I'll come down, get it, and move back up.
Smash my horn.
I'll scurry down and pick it up.
Okay.
All right.
You go down, you get the horn, you scurry back up.
Okay. Oh, God.
You remember what the deal is with that horn, right? I did tell you before we went in.
Did you meta tell us?
No, I told you in character.
Okay.
Before we went into the house, while we were waiting on the halfling. I told you in character, do you remember?
I remember that it's a horn of alarm.
Only one person hears it, and it's the person of your choice.
Okay. And now I'm still at the party, so damn.
Again, like everybody is within like one turn of movement.
So I'll move here stealthily and try the door, see if it's locked before I just leave this duel in it.
All right. Go ahead and make a stealth check. Oh snap!
I'm gone.
Hey, Kaylin. He's gone.
Okay. You make your stealth. Yeah. You stealthily test the door. The door is locked.
Okay. I will. So there's no penalty to taking 10, right?
No, there's no penalty. You just have to be able to like take your time and be careful about it.
Okay. Can I take a 10 on lockpicks?
Yes, you can. And
At least 17.
yeah, you are able to unlock the door, and your stealth check will carry on for the rest of the turn. A vague amount of time that's arbitrary.
Yep. Can I just peek in the door?
Peek in the door. Let me see.
Like slowly open, hope it doesn't creak too bad.
Okay.
Is it bad that I'm lining up the upper floor with the outside?
No, I'm
No,
doing that.
that's fine. Like
I literally did that already. It was like the first thing I did.
all right. So, from your peeking in, you can see a fairly well, from what you can see, a well-appointed room, and in the corner you can see a large metal cage. Doors open with the large mastiff like resting on a stained pillow.
Cat is really upset.
Yeah, I know. I hate it right now.
Where are the floors just wood?
Yes, the floors are wood.
Yeah, are there like drag marks to the cage?
No.
Okay, I will quietly close the door. Like, do I sense that I'm gonna have to try to get my bearing again stealthily wise?
What do you mean?
Because you said my stealth was gonna run out soon.
No. Basically, as long as you're like performing this set of actions in this location, I'm just gonna use that stealth roll.
Okay, so like I could walk into the room and be stealthy still.
Oh God, no. Like it's well lit. If you walk in, you're not hidden anymore.
Gotcha. Okay.
But there's like a dresser like immediately to the right of the door, so you opening the door is kind of hidden. Like
Gotcha.
the amount that you have open to the door to see what you can see is kind of hidden behind that door or behind that shelf.
Okay. Is there any drag marks on the wood in front of the door? Like coming up the stairs?
No, there are no drag marks around the stairs.
Okay. I'll just close the door back up.
Alright, you close the door back up.
And I'll go back in my room.
It's your room now.
Yep, it's my room. Oh, I should probably go lock her door again. I've done that before I left back to my room.
Alright, awesome. You lock the door again and then go back to your room.
Yes. Hey, Steve.
Yeah.
I don't know what it was. There was like a big metal crate for the dog.
Okay.
That's about it. I don't want to push it. She's already really mad at that, Taff.
Right.
Let's scurry back down and give him the horn and then come back up to my room and continue my meditation.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Go ahead.
Anybody come out to tend to that horse yet?
Has anyone come out to tend to the horse yet? Not yet. In the amount of time, like, because I was dealing with Kalen.
Yeah.
But it will happen eventually.
Okay.
Is anyone else doing anything in the meantime?
I'd like to snore.
Okay. Alright, so Kalen continues his trance, Steve continues his vigil, and Taff continues his snoring. After a while, the door north of Steve opens, and the halfling steps out and closes it back behind him, and he walks out, kind of completely oblivious, and just walks out down the steps and into the garden.
This doesn't wake me up, right?
No, I don't. I wouldn't assume so.
Okay.
You can make a a perception check to wake up.
Nah, I'm okay.
The halfling goes over to the horse. The horse isn't, and I know where I put it, but the horse isn't like attached to the carriage or anything. It's not like hooked up.
Yeah, that'd be fucked up.
That would be fucked up. It's just standing nearby. The halfling brings out it was carrying along a feed bag, and sets the horse up with a feed bag and starts brushing its coat where it can reach. As it finishes around the lower sections, it climbs up onto the carriage, and then starts brushing the areas that it couldn't reach before. And the horse just kind of stomps about like everything is routine.
Mm-hmm.
When he's done doing that, he walks over to the outside of the carriage and goes to the opening. 1 second.
Meow.
Yeah, right.
Meow.
He opens up the carriage and looks inside. He steps inside and disappears. he's in there for not too long, a minute or two, and then he steps out. As he steps out, he's like looking around the floor of the carriage and looking along the sides and the door. As he on his way out, as he looks at the door, he kind of like tisks. He sees something and kind of shakes his head and like kind of and he kind of.
Can I see what he was looking at?
Yeah, he's looking at something on the door. I'll give more description in a bit, but he pulls a cloth out of his coat and holds his hand up and kind of brushes something off of the door, and then kind of wipes around it, looks at his work, wipes some more, looks at his work, puts his coat away, and starts walking off. From your vantage point and your observant nature, you can see that there were 3 scratches along the outside, and three red objects embedded in the wood of the door that he kind of brushed off and then wiped up. And as he finishes that, he goes up around, sees that the horse is finished eating, takes the feed bag off, and starts heading back into the house.
Okay.
Anything, or just let him go?
I'm not gonna bother him.
Alright, he goes, closes the door, locks behind himself, and goes back about his business inside.
Good old vigilant Saint Eve.
Alright, so what are you guys doing now?
Meditating.
Yeah, just wait till people,
I'm not gonna wake you up until you get up on your own.
Okay, well, I'm gonna get up at nightfall, so.
I mean, it's nightfall.
Yeah, like nightfall. Night is approaching. Night's fallen.
All right. Well, once it's
if that was the trigger, then you wake up.
All right. Yeah. Then I'm awake, and I'll go back up and just and hey, Steve, what did I miss?
The attendant came out and took care of the horse.
Is that it?
Yep.
Okay. Well, I slept great. It's good to see you're doing well.
Oh, your horns over. Yeah, I hand it back to him.
All right, I'll take it and stick it back where it belongs, and I'll hand you your bedroll. And you wanna get some sleep?
I'm just gonna sit in that chair over there.
Okay. Well, good night, friend.
And I will do that. I will go sit in the chair and just fall asleep.
Alrighty. I'll take your spot.
That chair?
The other one.
Okay. You're just sitting. Yeah, whatever. Okay.
It doesn't matter. It's the chair at the table. There.
Yeah, I got you. All right. So Steve goes to the chair, and Taff stands at the edge and looks out. Kalen is upstairs, still continuing his thing. All right. So, Kalen, as you're sitting there, you can start to hear the metal grating in the distance start up again. It carries on for 15-20 seconds or so before it stops. shortly after it stops, and your ears are perked up, you can hear a lock being undone from across the hall, and a door opening up with like a door opening up as the sound of dog feet on wood floor clatters behind the sound like a much softer metallic creaking. As you listen, you hear the sound of the door unlock. You hear the sound of the door open. You hear the sounds of movement, and then you start hearing the sound of another door opening, and it opens, and it opens. There's a slight pause. Then the door closes. Then you start hearing the metallic creak again, and then in the room next to you, you hear the sound of a door being tested. A metallic clatter and a wooden shake.
Okay.
Then
So
go ahead.
So the doorway next to me, when I hear that being tested,
Yeah.
oh, this is gonna be dumb. I'm just gonna walk out.
Okay. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. You walk out. You walk out to an incredibly startled Lady Araluna and Baron as he ears back, hackles up, and starts barking. Steve.
I hear this, right?
Yeah, Steve and Tath, you guys can hear Baron. You can hear the Mastiff baying loudly from upstairs.
All right. Could I?
Yeah.
I'd like to investigate. Would it be an easy task enough to climb up into the room?
Yeah, I'm gonna knock on the front door.
Possibly. What's your acrobat? Yeah, you're. Oh wait, that's not you. +2 to your acrobatics.
If I took my time, anyways.
Yeah, it would be like a DC 10. It's not difficult.
I'll just take 10 on it then.
All right, so you can get up there. While you're in the process of doing that, Lady Araluna is obviously startled. Baron is barking. Sachi starts yipping. And she hisses at you in a shrill voice. What are you doing inside the house?
I'll just raise my hands up. I apologize. I was making sure this room was secured before going off for the night when I heard a weird metal scraping, and I just wanted to make sure that you were fine.
The sound of the barking and the sound of her mother and the sound of you. Cecilia opens the door to her room and looks out, and she has a look of bewilderment on her face. All right, what's Steve doing?
I knock on the front door.
You knock on the front door. Okay, you knock on the front door and wait. And Tath climbs up into the window.
Yep.
All right. So what did you say? Your reason was?
That I was making sure the room was secured before heading off for the night, and then I heard the metallic scraping and came out to make sure that she was safe.
She scowls at you and says, "It was secure before somebody unlocked the door."
I'd like to
say anything.
I'd like to poke my head in through the door, and I'd like to say, "Is everyone all right?"
She sneers and says, "Well, at least you guys are punctual."
Thank you.
I knock again.
I wouldn't call this secure, by the way. Any common thief could get through this door, I reckon.
As this is going upstairs, the elderly halfling unlocks and opens the door, and looks up at Steve. Says, "Yes."
I heard a commotion from the upstairs window. Is everything okay?
he looks back behind himself and then looks at you and says, "Oh, yes, of course." And he steps aside and invites you in.
Oh, I didn't mean to. I'm sorry.
You're just awkwardly standing there. Great.
Yeah, I'll wait outside. I don't want to.
He kind of just stammers. Oh, okay.
Hey, somebody's
All right.
awkward as your character.
All right. So what's going on upstairs again?
He called me common thief.
No,
What an insult.
no, I didn't.
He,
I was just trying to prove a point.
She glares at the both of you, and says, "Well, if you're trying to convince me to have the window repaired, it will be done as soon as possible."
Thank you. And if you don't mind me asking before we leave, what was that metallic sound?
She rolls her eyes and kind of like nods her head for you to look behind you.
I'll turn around.
Behind you, there's a flight of stairs, and as you turn back to her, she pats the side of her wheelchair, and she says, "Several years ago, we had an elevator installed."
Yes, it makes sense. Everything checks out. Should have passed this time.
Well, Kalen is no common thief. He's quite exceptional. I feel like it would be quite the productive endeavor if you allowed him to take a look around into the various rooms and see if there are any other breaches that we need to be aware of. And I'd like to sort of bow a little bit towards her.
She strokes Sachi's fur as she regards the two of you for a few moments, and then lets out a kind of a dejected sigh. Very well. She turns to Cecilia, and she tells her, "Go get Barnsworth. Make sure they don't do anything stupid." And she
I'd like to huff.
Then she tells the Mastiff, "Baron, go," and the dog goes back in, and she wheels herself back inside. And like as she goes, she doesn't slam the door, but she closes it in such a way that it's loud, and then
It's forceful.
again loudly locks the door behind her.
I'd like to mutter under my breath. Like the lock and help this room.
Cecilia comes out and says she's dressed in a like a bedgown, nightgown. It's not like. Shut up.
I'm a charlatan.
I guess you're also a snake man.
Yep, he needs to cuddle up from warms, otherwise he has a hard time regulating body temperature.
She wraps the clothes around her. She wraps it around her tightly and says, "Oh, okay."
I'm still downstairs with the halfling.
Yeah, I know you are.
We're just awkwardly looking at each other, and then the open door.
Staring into each other's eyes.
She kind of like nervously glances between Kalen and Taff, and then down at the floor, and says, "Where do you need to go?"
I suppose it would be prudent if you just allowed him to look. Well, the more places, the better, I suppose. And I'd like to lower my voice a little bit and say, "And we're terribly sorry for disturbing your sleep."
She kind of mutters, "No, it's okay, it's okay."
No, really, I insist. We're sorry.
She again, like very apologetic. No, it's okay.
No, really, We're terribly sorry.
She kind of she kind of puts her hands up to the side of her face. She's like, no, it's okay.
Oh god, what did I miss?
If you insist.
She seems to visibly relax, and she looks past you into the room that you're in, and she says that that's the guest room. No one stayed in there for quite a while. She looks to her right, and like nods to the locked door next to you. Says that door leads upstairs to the attic. Turns to her left. Says that's Mother's room. Looks behind her. This is mine.
Are there any?
Then she stands there and looks at you guys awkwardly, expectantly.
Are there any other windows up here that we could see the rooms that they connect to?
What's that?
Said, are there any other windows that are connected to rooms that we could take a peek inside? What are you giggling about?
Browsing Reddit instead of paying attention like a bad boy.
Oh my god!
What the fuck?
Yes, that's what that dog was thinking. What the
Wow.
Yeah, no, I am in character the entire time by not paying attention to what's going on around me except for what I can see.
That's
have gone
John's
through-
excuse.
I have gone through 900 posts of Reddit.
While they're talking, Forte, can I just quietly slip back into my room and grab the scrapbook?
Alright, so you go back into the room and grab the scrapbook. I've just cleared the outside of the upper floors so you can see the windows and stuff. Yeah, you can kind of line up the maps.
And then I'll hand her the scrapbook and just like, I found this when I was securing the room.
She gingerly takes the scrapbook from your hands and opens it up and starts paging through it. As she pages through it, you can see her eyes start to water up. And then she closes it and says, thank you. And she turns to go back into her room and goes in, sets it onto a desk, and then comes back out.
We're such assholes.
It's fantastic.
Definitely didn't just make that my Discord avatar.
What the oh god.
Oh god, with the color correction, the dog looks super weird.
Alright, so, yes, go.
Shall we explore the attic?
Yeah.
So she leading us or is Halfling?
You guys would have to go downstairs to get the halfling. She seems very very passive and frightened of everything.
Okay, I'm just gonna go upstairs then.
Oh, well, hang on. I could just whisper. I'll just whisper to you. Could just dismiss her to bed and pick the locks. I mean, we already have permission.
I'm gonna reach into my pants and pull out like a hand cloth and then close the door awkwardly and wordlessly. So I'm not touching the handle, so it doesn't get like brushed by my greasy fingers. And I close the door.
With you outside?
Yes.
Okay. As you close the door, the halfling, you can hear him like, oh, okay.
I'll go back over here.
Okay.
I'm gonna turn back to Tat and look like, man, just because I can doesn't mean I'm gonna pick every single lock.
Well, why not?
Because that's rude.
Oh. Okay. I'll wait here. You go get the halfling.
Okay, I'm gonna take the elevator. It looks really fun.
What elevator? Like, okay, the stairs are not the elevator.
Where's the elevator? Did she point it out?
No, she did not point it out.
Okay. I'm gonna turn to.
All right. So knowing now what you know, and thinking back to the layout of the dining room, if you look at the dining room, I've unmasked the elevator.
Gotcha.
It's that box.
It is that box.
So it would be in her room potentially.
All right, Forte. I am maintaining control of these vectors. I'm walking back and forth. This is my patrol.
Gotcha.
I guess we'll walk down the stairs like some kind of peasant.
Okay.
You could just parkour.
Just slide off the railing. Fall down. I'm not level 4 yet. I can't do that.
All right. Well, as you go down the steps, you can see the halfling walking, looking more confused than usual, away from the front door. As you come down the steps, he kind of turns to you, and is kind of
Hello. We were given permission to have you show us the rest of the house to make sure it's secure before we head outside for the night.
He kind of nods. Oh yes, and he walks up to you.
I'd like to walk up to her and reassure her and say, "You can go back to sleep. It's okay."
She looks at you, and then looks at the door to her mother's room, and then she looks back at you and looks down at the floor and says, "No, I'll come."
Okay. Then I'll just wait here.
Is Caitlin headed back upstairs to get the other two?
Yeah.
Okay. So the halfling falls behind. And Cecilia looks at the halfling and says, "Oh, Farnsworth, you're here already?" And the halfling kind of bows, like gives a slight bow and says, "Yes, of course." And they both look expectantly at you two.
Okay,
Well,
well, to
seriously.
the attic.
They both look expectantly at you two.
Yeah, let's proceed to the attic, shall we? And I gesture for the halfling.
He looks at your gesture and looks and says, "Oh, by all means, after you."
Isn't the door locked?
I think he's trying to tell us there aren't any attic tiles for us to draw.
Shut up.
Oh my god!
But
So
they're right
I've
there.
never played that game, so I guess there's a lot of parallels.
I
I'm
would.
gonna roll a D8 might attack against you. I swear to God.
Alright, it's fine. I'm gonna roll speed to evade.
All right. As you guys are waiting, Cecilia goes up and very gingerly knocks on her mother's door. As she does so, you can hear Baron barking at the knocking, and you hear a shrill voice from inside. "What is it?" And Cecilia asks as loud as she can muster. She asks, "Mother, the keys." And from the inside, you can hear her yell back, "They've done it before. They're testing them out. Let them do it."
See? I'll just say, slightly quiet to you, Kalen.
Cecilia turns back to you and says, "Sorry."
Okay, Kalen, after you.
I'd just like to point out that your name is very close to Kael'thas. I'm gonna end up calling you Carl.
How's Galen kill the loss?
Who called me Carl?
Okay,
If
I
you don't
will.
open the door, I will.
I will go try to open the door.
Okay. This door is a bit better than the other doors that you've seen so far, the 2 that you've seen. So the DC for this one is 20.
Oh, before I pick it, I'm just gonna like motion for him, be like, "Hey, do you got a key?" I was under the impression the halfling
The
thought they were things for us.
yeah, the halfling says, "Oh no, the madam keeps all of the keys to the house.
So you
She's very particular."
She's in a wheelchair though.
fine with me doing this? Then? I mean, I guess she said we could.
She insisted we did.
Okay,
There's something about this that bothers me.
it's a little weird. I will try to open the door.
All right,
Oof.
you fumble around with the tumblers.
You tumble around with the fumblers.
And
Can you guys stop looking at me? I don't perform well under scrutiny.
I'll turn around, and actually, in fact, I'm going to turn around and I'm going to stare directly at the halfling and see how he reacts. I'm going to look into his eyes.
What do you mean?
Like, I'm just going to turn around and stare directly into the halfling's eyes and see how he reacts.
He stares back. I will need to go AFK for just 1 second to maybe kill my cat.
I'm expanding my patrol, guys.
Expanding
Oh shit,
dong.
you don't take on too much.
Holy shit. Yeah, there are definitely some weird fucking vibes that I need to investigate here.
Sorry about that. Okay.
It's okay.
The
Fortunately, I've
halfling
expanded my
stares
patrol.
back. Yes, I see that. Oh Jesus.
What's the best about this is he can't see in the dark, so the odds of him tripping on a rock while on patrol are very high.
No, it's dim light. There's a few areas of darkness, but
I pet the horse every time I pass it.
the area is quite well lit.
Horse is the assassin.
There are points where the horse is clearly asleep, and you're waking it up over and over.
Oh, if it's asleep, I'm not gonna do it.
Well, they sleep standing up, so.
I know, but I can see its eyes closed.
Okay. So you can keep trying. There is a penalty for failure. Don't break the lock.
Well, don't look at me so I can do this.
The others look away. They avert their gaze.
I'm still just staring
Oh god. I'm
directly into the
scared to do
halfling's
this
eyes.
now.
I'm staring at the halfling, at least, not at you.
Okay, last attempt. God damn it!
Very close. You can almost feel it, and then something catches, and your pick slips, and everything is reset.
Ugh.
You could. No, I'm not there.
I don't want to take 20. That's so long.
The halfling. Well, there's a penalty for failure. You can't take 20. The halfling.
You're right.
The halfling kind of says, "Yes, well secure."
Yep. This
I'm
door.
not yet convinced.
This door is pretty secure. I was merely testing it. You see, didn't actually want to go up there first. Anyway, off to the rest of the house. Yes.
What else is there to see? I'd like to ask the halfling that.
He looks around. Says, "Well, the upper floor is here. You've seen."
Yes.
He looks down. He looks back towards the stairs. I suppose the first floor.
Well, seems all the doors are locked and pretty secured. I'm gonna start heading into the room and climbing up the windows and saying this.
So you just start walking out.
Yeah.
I'm going to do the same, and I'll bid them good night.
Okay.
We'll just be out here if you need anything.
the halfling is like, "Oh yes, of course," and Cecilia's like, okay." She looks very confused.
Yes.
Cecilia goes back into her room, and the halfling goes back to where he was going.
Is there a bed in that room?
In which room?
The guest room.
Yes.
Yeah, I'd like to go down and approach Steve.
All right, so
I'm
Taff.
over here.
Okay, Taff is downstairs.
Okay, I'll wait for you to come back around then.
What's Kayla doing?
I'm gonna go down and just start resting again.
Go where?
Just down to the sitting in that chair. Just meditate. Because I finish this rest at some point.
Yeah, I'd like to ask both of you something. So I'll just wait here until Mr. Walkman comes over.
I stop and I sit in the chair.
Alright. Just go and lead against the balcony. Is it,
Don't let it fall.
I'll be okay. Thank you for your concern. Does it strike you too strange how timid the people are in there and how harsh the lady is?
No.
Do you think there's a correlation? No?
Actually, has Steve even met the old woman?
Nope.
Oh, that's true.
Nothing is off to me.
So neither of you have seen anything strange that I might not have caught.
I haven't even gone inside the house yet.
Okay.
The halfling is nice.
Yeah?
We had a great conversation.
Well, that's good to hear. Alright. I'll just snake back off, get it over here, and I guess I'll just... Yep. Good chat,
Fall asleep
guys.
immediately. Hey Forte, I must send you a message real quick.
Okay. 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 All right. That's fine, I suppose. Okay. All right. So back to what we're doing. Is everyone just bedding down and going through the guard rotation?
Yeah, I'm awake for now.
Okay. So I know where Steve is patrolling. During your shifts, what are you guys doing?
I'll just walk.
And which one of you is doing the first night shift?
I'll do the first night shift. How do I draw lines and stuff again?
Right click and go to oh shit.
Right click top left.
Pointers. The arrow button. And then yeah.
Just looking that way.
So while Steve is doing a patrol, you're just doing the Soliton radar.
Actually, can I extend this line out? Hang on.
I suppose.
How far does your dark
like-
vision go to?
Like
60
mechanically.
feet, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm just trying to get the box to cooperate so I can actually... I don't mean like, can I mean like, can I get the goddamn program to do it? Hang on.
I'm sure you can. Just take
Yeah.
some finagling and some self-hate.
Let's see. Yeah, no, this, doesn't want to work. That's fine. Yeah, I'll just be looking in that direction.
Okay.
And I don't know, I'll look around in the other directions too a little bit, but I'm mostly just looking over there.
Okay. And what is Kalen doing during his shift?
I will just go back and forth on the patio. I'm just listening and looking out for anything that seems kind of weird.
I figure if anything comes up on like the other direction where I'm not looking, I'll probably be able to hear it because this whole patio is like really creaky, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Kalen and Tath, pick a number between 1 and 12.
7.
9.
All right. So, you guys go through your guard shifts. Tath, you stand there and you look out, and you keep an ear out for stuff going on. You hear the occasional sound coming from outside of the manor, but nothing of note happens during your shift.
Okay.
Halfway through the night, you get Kalen, and he replaces you. Where do you go? Where do you bed down?
I'll probably literally just lay like on the hang on. I'll probably literally just lay on the deck right here, and that way if something does happen I will wake up.
Okay. And Kalen is like basically pacing around the deck.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, and I'd like to keep my horn just like visible on top of, it's like on my hip, and that hip is up that's the facing up. So if anyone needs to grab my horn, it's right there.
I didn't know you auntie had horns.
What's up? Oh yeah, nice.
About halfway through Kalen's shift, as he's patrolling the porch, while he's over on this side, you can hear it takes you a bit, but you hear it sounds almost like a quiet moaning coming from the direction of that circle to the north.
Can I go grab the horn and then come back and sneak my way over there?
Yes, you can. So you grab the horn from Tath, and then skulk your way back to the corner.
Yeah.
It's intermittent and very quiet, very muffled, but you hear kind of a whimpering or moaning.
I'll make my way up over there.
Alright.
So I'll sneaky like.
Going along the outside of the house, listening around, you can tell it's coming from somewhere. It sounds like it's coming from inside the house, but not through the wall. Like putting your ear up against the wall, it doesn't sound like, or the walls or the windows, it doesn't sound like it's coming from the room, but it's coming from somewhere in that location, somewhere within the house.
Can I see anything in the window? Oh no, it's all.
They're all covered and shuttered and draperies.
Man, this place is weird. This is only the first day too.
Technically, this isn't the first day.
Technically, it's the first night.
You're right. It's only the first day.
Listen, it's October.
Spooktober. So there's intermittent moaning coming from not inside but inside.
When you get closer, you can. It's still intermittent. It's very quiet, but there's between the moans, you can kind of make out what sound like weak sobbing.
Can I go stand near it?
Yeah.
Does it sound any clearer?
No. Like it's a bit louder. You can kind of make it out, but it's not like. It's not loud enough to be distinct.
Okay. I'll just.
And it carries on for a few minutes before it stops.
Is it
Does it
loud
sound
enough to
like-
wake me up?
What's that?
Is it loud enough to wake me up?
Definitely not.
Okay.
Does it sound like male or female?
It sounds female.
No. This place is haunted. I'm gonna head back to the forest and keep looking around.
Okay. Aside from that, the night passes otherwise uneventfully.
This is too spooky for me.
Alright, so it is the following day.
I'm gonna.
Fairly early in the morning, shortly after sunrise, the halfling comes out again and goes through the whole process once more.
Okay. I'm gonna whisper to Kaylin. I'm gonna go buy a tent.
Okay, be fast.
I'll be back. And then I leave and go buy a tent.
Okay. Let me see. It'll probably take you like 1d4 hours.
Okay.
Because you'd have to get like across town.
Alright, so work with me here. Alright. I have the eagle totem spirit.
Okay.
I'm fast as fuck.
Okay.
And I'm a sewer rat. So I have the city streets. So there's city secrets. I can move twice as fast in a city.
Okay. So roll 1d4 and we'll cut it in half.
2.
Alright, so it takes you 2 hours.
Alright.
Alright, in those 2 hours, everything is going to happen. I'm just kidding.
That's what I expected.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah, I'm on the tank, you know? Of course everything happens when I leave.
Alright, so Steve...
I'm not too weak.
So Steve leaves, and he's going to be gone for a while. Are you guys doing anything in his absence?
Yeah, as the halfling's doing his stuff, I'm gonna try to stop him and talk to him.
Okay.
Do I wake up from the sunlight, by the way?
I'm sure you... yes.
Okay. Good morning. I'm here.
You go over to the halfling, and he...
I'll accompany him.
Okay.
That's fine.
Go over to the halfling, and as he goes through his... goes through the process of feeding and brushing the horse. He regards you guys. Oh, yes. Good morning.
Hello.
Can you move the calendar forward?
What's that?
Can you move the calendar forward?
Yes, I can. Calendar is moved forward.
Alright, I'm using this for my notes.
Okay. Alright, so, the halfling, you have the halfling's attention.
Hey, quick question. So do you ever hear, like, any weird moans or perhaps crying at night?
He looks at you and says, moans, crying, no.
Mm-hmm. Is there any, like, maybe strange death here in, past couple 100 years?
He kind of looks kind of... He gives you kind of a strange look. He says, well, not too long ago, the young lady's husband was killed. He kind of shakes his head. Says, poor Michael.
Did he perhaps have a really effeminate voice?
He kind of, like, cocks his head. What? No. Not at all.
Just asking. Just
He
asking.
was a fine, strapping young man. Poor Cecilia's been torn up ever since.
Guys, I figured it out. Cecilia killed herself, and now she's a ghost.
That's
I'm
incredible.
not there.
I know
actually
you're not
say-
there.
That was a meta comment. I'm not gonna say that to the butler. Okay, well, continue.
He nods. Oh, yes, yes, of course. He goes back to brushing the horse.
I'll explain to Tath what happened last night. The weird sobbing, and maybe I just heard her crying because I gave her a scrapbook of her dead father. That's a possibility, but it sounded real weird.
That sounds reasonable, yeah.
Are you saying that? Are you having this conversation out loud?
Not hear him, like, as we're walking away. Yeah, like quietly
okay.
walking away.
Okay. The halfling continues his routine, and unless interrupted again, goes back inside.
I'm really enjoying the spin function, by the way.
Oh, you're gonna love rolling dice by holding Alt.
Oh, hell yeah.
Should have got Steve to bring an exorcist back with him.
All right. So, what are your guys' plans? What are you guys gonna do?
Well... Our mission here were we supposed to just guard them, or were we supposed to, like, figure out who it was as well?
You guys
know
were
who it was.
supposed to guard the estate and the people inside of it. You guys know who the killer was. The killer just hasn't been apprehended again, and this was the place where the killer last murdered somebody.
Oh, why would he come back?
To finish the job.
I wonder if he killed Michael.
I'm not there. Maybe it is Michael.
And it was a crazy, like, mute halfling,
Okay.
right?
All right. So, it is possible you guys hadn't heard what had happened because this is a more affluent area, and so the news here maybe didn't reach you. However, upon hearing this stuff, you'd be able to remember that yes, there was because the trial was a big deal because it was targeting all these old nobles. That a man named Michael Irtuner was found killed by the Swan Street Slicer in the home of in the Eardromdale estate. And it explained that he left a widow, etc., etc., etc. So yes, the recent news corroborates what the halfling said, and corroborates the justification of you guys being here, kind of. Because while the murderer is still on the loose, the nobility is up in arms with the city guard to try to find him. But due to that, they're stretched thin, and they can't spare the manpower to babysit a couple of old spinsters.
Okay. So that's why we're here, I suppose, to do it for them. Well, it's not like there's too much for us to do other than just, well,
I will. I want to do like a check around the house to see if there's any like hidey crawl holes that people could get in without being seen. Perhaps halfling sized.
Okay.
one moment before you walk away, I'd like to. What kind of weapons do you use?
Double scimitar. Double-bladed scimitar.
He's like Darth Maul without the vibrating part.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I know. That's fancy. One moment. God damn it. I was literally just looking at it. Why am I so brain dead tonight?
Oh.
Hang on. Okay, never mind. Forget it. Do your thing.
Okay, I'll go check around.
What the? Okay. All right. So you're gonna check around the perimeter, looking around the house for anything like hidey holy.
Yeah.
Okay. So you make a quick patrol. You make a sweep around the house, being very diligent, looking under everything, looking through everything. You don't find any hidden passages or secret ways. There is a small crawl space underneath the porch, but it doesn't go underneath the house. It's kind of like one of those wooden lattice works that you can kind of see underneath the porch, but like you can see, especially with your dark vision, you can see fairly clearly underneath it, and you don't see anything there. There's nothing. There's no holes in it or anything. Well, there's holes here and there, but it's nothing that like looks like people are going back and forth through it. As you go around the outside of the west side of the house of the estate, looking around the outside, you catch Cecilia looking out her window, kind of like at the city behind the house, and she sees you, and closes the curtains as quickly as she can. Aside from that, nothing seems out of the ordinary. The house, when the house is when the house is all buttoned up and nobody's coming in or out, it looks almost like it's abandoned.
Okay, I will wait for Steve to come back.
All right, is Tath doing anything in the meantime?
There's nothing terribly interesting about the estate outside, so I guess I'll just keep my eyes open.
Okay. Eventually, Steve returns.
I set my tent up
Where are you setting your tent up?
by the carriage, not close enough that it's a problem, but that part that's next to the carriage, south of it.
Like
Yeah,
that?
it's about there. Yeah,
Okay.
facing out toward the walkway.
Okay.
I guess I could just nonchalantly ask Master Virik what he thinks about this whole situation.
Who's Virik?
Master Virik? I'm talking to a whip. Don't worry about it.
Oh. Okay.
Okay.
I go into my tent.
In a different language, mind you. So.
Let me see. What would he say about this whole situation?
Yeah, because I'm gonna speak to him and well, you know what I'm gonna speak to him in.
Yeah, I got you.
Snack.
I'm going to
Abyssal League Dracon.
I'm gonna write back to you in Discord what he says back. What are you asking specifically?
I'm just gonna be like, what do you think of this whole situation?
Okay, that's very easy.
Yeah, nonchalantly. Just what would a Yanti sound like even speaking Abyssal Laden Draconic? That would sound fucking weird. Just holding a whip up to my face. How to scare people.
Alright, so asking the question that you asked, his response would be...
Yeah, that's fair. What about this cold-fleshed mortal? You know what I'm saying?
Huh?
It responds in this fashion.
Oh, okay. I'll just put you back away now. Good chat. Good chat. You smug fuck. All right. Cool.
Alright, so anything else? I guess not.
No. Angadira minya.
Okay. So you guys continue to stand your vigil outside.
As Steve gets back, I'm gonna go explain to him pretty much everything that's happened since we got here. I'll be in his tent for this.
Okay.
And all the weird stuff that happened last night, and just get his opinion on it.
Well, it sounds like somebody was crying. You heard the stories, right?
What stories?
Cecilia, her husband was murdered.
And
Recently.
it happened like a week, 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, like recently.
Why would it sound like it's crying from outside?
Because she's crying to an open window so it doesn't go into the house.
But it sounds like inside outside. You know?
Yeah, she's crying inside to the outside.
Doesn't make such sense.
I don't know, maybe that... What's the old lady's name?
Arlen.
No. This is to him.
Oh, sorry.
I took notes this time. It's our Luna.
Yeah, whatever. Maybe she's crying. I don't even... What happened to the Lord, whatever the hell?
The dad of Cecilia?
Yeah. What
I
happened to
don't
him?
know. I found a scrapbook though and it made her cry a lot.
Well, okay. You gave her a scrapbook that made her cry, and then you heard crying, and you think it's weird.
It just sounded. I think this place is haunted, man.
Ghosts aren't real.
What if they are?
They're not. We'll be fine.
Okay, if you think so. Go back to patrolling.
Okay. As you guys are going about your business, Cecilia steps, opens the door out here, glances around, fretfully, looking behind her constantly. And upon seeing you guys, ambling about the estate, she kind of beckons you guys over.
Me as well, or?
Well, everyone around.
I'll head over.
I'm gonna introduce myself. I'm Steve.
She gives a kind of
Just a slight nod.
yeah, like a demure nod and continues trying to avoid eye contact.
My condolences about the recent tragedy.
She stares at the floor and kind of gives a nod.
I'd like to say nothing.
Yeah, okay. Oh, okay. All right. So she regards the three of you, and she's constantly looking over her shoulder, and she says,
Do you want to go somewhere you can speak in private?
she shakes her head. She says, "No, I can't leave."
Oh,
And she looks you guys over and says, "Thank you very much for being here. It's good to have people around the house." She glances behind her again, and then she regards you guys and says, like as she says this, she kind of like looks around the yard and then back up at the house, like up the walls and all around, and she says, "The place feels a lot different than it used to. I hear sounds downstairs at night. Mother says it's the foundation settling, but it never made noises like that before."
What kind of sounds?
She kind of puts a hand to her head, and she says, "It sounds like moaning."
Oh. I kind of look down toward where Kale is. I'm like, uh-huh.
It started
Kate.
months ago. It changes occasionally.
Okay. Is there a basement?
She looks behind, like immediately behind her, and she kind of like gestures. She gestures right to the stairs right behind her. Says, "Yes, there's a basement. It's mostly empty."
All right. Well, I'll check it out.
Yeah,
Make sure
we
there's
should.
nothing down there.
Is this Why do you keep looking over your shoulder? Are you afraid of your mother hearing something?
She turns to you and says, she doesn't like me out. She doesn't like me outside of the house.
Mm.
She points to the door and tells you guys, "I'll make sure I'll leave this door unlocked. She won't check it. Barnsworth uses it frequently enough."
Oh, okay.
All right, we appreciate that.
She nods and then goes back inside and upstairs.
One of us
All
needs
right.
to be out here.
What's up?
One of us needs to stay out here just in case something happens.
Also, I kind of get the feeling that she doesn't want the mother finding us investigating inside the house either. So maybe one of us should distract the mother.
You're good at talking to people. Do you want to go distract her?
Yeah. What about the halfling? What if he stumbles in upon someone investigating? What do we do? Just
I mean, if you make a mess, he'll clean it up, and then you can talk to her. Two birds, one stone.
That's a good idea. Who should we send down to investigate, though?
I mean, if I'll go. If I see anything I can't take care of, we'll just come back up and, we'll go from there.
Okay.
I think Kale's still asleep too, by the way.
Why don't you go wake them up, and I'll get both of them distracted. And if
Can I borrow your horn?
No, I'll
Okay.
keep both of them distracted. And if something happens to you, just scream. But if one of them starts coming and is going to spot you, I'll blow the horn. How about that?
Right. I'm gonna go get Kaylin. Or do you guys want to stop here before we get going?
Stop, please.
Okay. We can stop here. So the plan is to distract the mother and the butler, and Steve goes downstairs?
Yes.
Okay. So really quick, before we end, Steve goes downstairs into the basement.
Mm-hmm.
We'll deal with the distraction and all that later. Does Steve have a light source?
Nope.
Does anybody have a light source?
I don't mind torches because you said they were useless.
Hang on.
I didn't say they were useless, but 10
They're
torches
useless.
is useless.
Hang on. I might add something.
No, it's fine. I don't need to see
How do you not have torches?
because I have friends with dark vision.
Yeah,
Why
I'll
would I
look
have
at that.
torches?
It's fine. Stumbling downstairs, there is a what would be the word? There's a dial that pumps naphthalene through some wall sconces in the basement, giving a very dim, flickering candlelight. Inside of the in the dusty basement, it's full of a couple boxes and some shelves with sheets, cleaning supplies, and food that needs to be kept cool. Steve and his incredibly good observation skills, even in the dark, looking around. Everything seems everything seems mundane. Like I said, sheets, cleaning supplies, and food. However, looking around, there are several, like a good 8 to 10 large sacks, all of which containing, loaded with heavily salted meat. It looks like several cows worth, like 2 or 3 cows worth of salted meat heaped in sacks in the basement. Nothing unusual. So we'll stop there and we'll pick it up again with Steve in the basement and you guys trying to distract the halfling and the lady of the house.
Shouldn't be too hard with how much she hates us already.
It's going to be incredibly easy.
Oh my god. I just imagined. Oh, hang on. Sorry, I just imagined like a comedic thing where like a guard's outside and just like walking around outside of the bedroom. 5 o'clock and all's well. 5:01 and all is well.
There are so many different things I could do to distract them, though.
I know, but that's it's a gag from something. I just don't remember where I've seen it.
Probably Monty Python.
I was thinking something like that too, but I don't remember it happening in Monty Python.
No, it's not. It's Robin Hood.
Oh, Men in Tights? Or the Disney one. Which Robin Hood? It was the Disney Robin Hood. It was the sheriff is trying to sleep and the vulture is
It's in-
walking back and forth.
Yeah, it's in chat.
Oh, is it? Oh, nice. Alright, cool.